Well, Chad, it is Christmas season, and that means it's time to talk about the Game Awards. So let's talk about the massive problem with the Game Awards and what I think Keeley needs to do to address all of the numerous issues with the show. I do like the show, let me get that out of the way, but I have some suggestions, so let's talk about it. I'm gonna break this down into basically two major things. First things first, identity crisis. What even is the Game Awards? I don't really know. It tries to be a prissy little award show like the Grammys, like the Oscars, but it's not. It's not, right? Because it also tries to be E3 and announce a bunch of games that nobody ever cares about. It's a bunch of games that look the exact same every single time, and then Ubisoft shows up with another Assassin's Creed clone, okay? We gotta fix what the Game Awards is. It literally has no identity right now. It is not an award show and it is not E3. It is a thing in the middle there that doesn't really work, okay? Now, I don't really have problems with a couple announcements here and there, but I think it's a major problem that people go into this show expecting to see huge announcements because that is what Keeley has set up the show to be. The Game Awards brings in gamers from everywhere, right? There is Nintendo fans here, there are Sony fans, Xbox, PC gamers, and everybody in between comes and watches the Game Awards because they are excited to see, hypothetically, new announcements from their favorite companies and from their favorite game publishers. But chat, every single year, without fail, it disappoints everyone. There's a lot of discourse about it every year about X, Y, and Z thing is crap. I don't like this. My favorite company wasn't there. And you know why that is? It's because this appeals to such a wide market of gamers that you are never going to make everyone happy. This wide net of gamers that you cast this net to, these are the people who go into every Nintendo Direct pissed if Punch-Out 3 is announced and Tamagotchi Life 2 and fucking the Switch 2 and whatever. And then also the same people who are upset that, I don't even know PlayStation wise, that God of War 3 isn't announced and whatever. All of these people that have these super high expectations in those shows that are the vocal minority with all of those shows usually, go into the Game Awards expecting shit like that, and then it disappoints all of them at the same time, and you have all of these groups of people pissed off at you. I don't think we need to people please out here. I think you do with the show what you'd like, Jeffrey, but at the same time, we have to fix some of these issues. People go in with way too high of expectations for what this show is. It is not a E3 2, right? What it should be, Jeff, I'm gonna tell you right now, what it should be is an award show like the Oscars and like the Grammys that celebrate the people behind the games. It celebrates not the games themselves necessarily, but the people who make the games. You give the people who pour their heart and souls into these projects the time to get up there and talk about them. And when they do their speeches, you don't rush them off the stage in order to announce this stupid new, Fortnite clone that nobody's gonna care about in 3 weeks. It's like the balance of the show is all over the place and I can't stand it. Pacing wise, we need to clean that shit up and we need to not just go through awards like they are an afterthought. Because what is the show called? The Game Awards. The awards are like 25% of it right now. The other 25 is sponsors, which I honestly don't have that much of a problem with because I do think you need these people to survive and to make, the show you want to make. So I don't have too much of a problem. And then 50% is just trailers of games that literally look like they suck. I'm going to propose that we humble ourselves a little bit, Jeffrey. Maybe we don't make as much money off of this thing and we take less game. I don't know. There has to be some sort of quality control here. 1 or 2 shitty first-person shooters, third-person shooter thing, I would get it. But it is like every single time you have one of those little reels which announces all of these crappy games, most of them are these run-of-the-mill, just kind of crap. And I need us to get real, Jeffrey, and think about what we could do to better this show. Because it is not stuffing it more full of these crap game announcements that disappoints everyone, not just one group of gamers, but all of them, every single time. I know it's expensive to put these on, that's why I don't have a problem with some of them being here, but please put more quality control here. It's unfortunate. The show currently is just full of way too much padding. It is, this new thing's coming out, and this new thing's coming out, and here's Kojima to talk for 30 minutes about a game that isn't even it's like a concept right now, and yeah, he really wants to make movies. Let the guy make movies if he wants to make movies. It's not that hard. Get into the movie business, okay, Kojima? Fuck. The pacing here is not what I wanted, okay? This whole show being dedicated mostly to game announcements and then a total thought of being the Game Awards gives it a total identity crisis. Nobody knows what to expect out of this show anymore because sometimes you have these wonderful game announcements one year and then the next year you have literally nothing. The big three don't really show up to the show anymore because it's so damn expensive and it's not really worth it for them. So if those ones aren't showing up and you're getting crap to fill their places, Jeffrey, it's just bloating your show and it's taking that production value way the fuck down. What gamers want is an enjoyable show that celebrates the industry. I think I can speak for it there. I think that is really what people want. There can be some hype announcements, some hype moments, but please think about all of these games you're throwing into here a lot more. Think about what is going to get the hardest core of fans excited and put that in the show. This identity crisis of, hey, we're an award show, but also we are really just trying to be E3 in December, it needs to stop. It's leading to unrealistic expectations from all of these random groups of people who are constantly never going to be happy with what you put out, and it's going to get your show a bad rep. It already has a bad rep. A lot of people this year aren't even watching your fucking show because they're so over all of the bloating that goes alongside of it. And alongside of all of that is the inconsistency, right? Some years it's pretty alright, other years it's pretty shitty, and then it's like, for some reason now we can have DLC as the Game Award, which has never really been a thing before, and people are confused. There's no specific guidelines for the actual categories themselves. Indie games are highly debated. Is this even an indie game, or was this actually just funded and made by a real studio that has a sort of indie art style? It's tough. It really is. You got to define all of these things so there's a lot less fighting and outrage out there. Gamers, chat, I think we can agree. Tell me if I'm wrong. They are gonna fight. They're gonna be mad about anything they can be mad about, for the most part, okay? So don't allow them to be pissed off. I know you can't please everybody, and you don't need to be a people pleaser out there, but I'm just saying there's a lot of things and valid criticisms about the Game Awards that you yourself could solve. There really is. And then the second problem is just the pacing. It sort of sucks. Your pacing is not very well done in any way, shape, or form. You need to understand what you're doing, and you know what would help with the pacing? Cutting out most of those ads. If somebody wins an award and they have a really exciting game coming out, if Yacht Club Games wins an award and they want to talk about Mina the Hollower up there and roll a trailer afterwards as a world premiere, awesome. Let them do it, because those are the people that win the awards. Those are the games that are good, that people care about, that people are excited to see what the studio's gonna do next. So it would make sense to allow those people to, do it. Even if it's the companies of the nominated games, sure, why the hell not? But if we have a bunch of mobile crap in there, nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. No casual gamers are watching the fucking Game Awards. They're not, okay? It is the hardest core of every fandom watching the Game Awards, and some casuals might scroll past an award on Twitter and think, oh, that's cool, but they're not even seeing the ads you pump into the show. Please cater it towards gamers. Please cater it to appeal to maybe less of a wide market of people. Maybe, the people who just tune in to see the announcements, maybe they're going to drop out, but you're going to disappoint so many less people, Jeff. It's like, right now, you're disappointing both sides. People who want it to be an award show, you're disappointing because it's not really, and it's 30 seconds of the people behind the games talking, and then you're like, okay, get off the stage, goodbye. Oh, Kojima, oh my god, wow, thank you so much. You're announcing a movie? Oh, you're not announcing, oh, it's another game. Why, Kojima, why another game? It's like, and you sit up there and you talk to them for 30 minutes, and it's like, award show, people, you're disappointing. Announcement people, you're always going to disappoint because their expectations are too high for what your show can provide. You already have Summer Games Fest. You already have Gamescom, I think. You have a lot of shows, Jeffrey, where you announce things. Let's allow the Game Awards to be just that. The Game Awards. That's what it needs to be. That's what it does well. I think the award categories themselves are pretty good. Maybe we add a DLC category. Maybe we when we do Gamer of the Year, we don't just quantify like streamers. Maybe we should look a little bit onto the YouTube side. Okay, I'm not saying I want it. I mean, I do want it, but obviously I don't deserve it comparatively to the gamers on the internet right now. So, I just say, like, look a little outside of that bubble that you are constantly in, because there's a lot to do to make this show better, to make less people upset, to take down, you know, some of the pessimism that goes into your show. A lot of people this year aren't watching it because they're so sick and tired of what goes into it. And I kind of understand, Jeff. We get tired of it, man. It's not a bad show. I don't think what you're doing is terrible. And I don't even dislike you as a person. I think you're pretty all right. Your excitement for games is really cool. And I like that you try to do these events to bring people together. I think they're necessary. We need stuff like this. And it's great to have it. But when you bring all these people together, celebrate games. Don't shove a bunch of FPS and Fortnite adjacent ads down our throats. Gamers see through all of that. We see authenticity, especially now, Jeff. You need to understand that, and you need to get with the program, dude. We don't want all these ads. We don't want a 4-hour show. Stop the bloating with the show. Let the show be about the people behind the games. That's all we want. Make this the Oscars of the gaming industry. Make it a little bit more casual, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't need it to be that prissy. But, I mean, if we have a slap moment, that's exciting. Like a Will Smith moment. I don't know, man. I think it could liven the show up a little bit. I'm always available, Jeff, to present an award. Anything you'd like to do to spice up the show a little bit, I'd go up there and be like, what the fuck is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Josie Woah, and I'm excited to be here. Just kidding. Don't ever do that. I don't think I'd be good at that, actually. But thank you guys for checking out this video. I appreciate it. I'm going to be adjacent to the Game Awards tomorrow. I'll be around. I'll be watching it. I'll be checking that shit out. So, won't be able to stream it because I will be at a bunch of events for it. Thank you to all the people who invited me, which is fucking lit. But yeah, hopefully I'll have some cool stuff to say about it once we're done here. And we'll be back to our regular scheduled videos pretty soon. I know what you guys are thinking. Darker eyeshadow. Yes. And also, I dyed my hair pretty dark. My philosophy, I've always been blonde. What if I look better as a brunette? Initially, I was like, I have to go back to blonde, but now it's kind of growing on me, so let me know what you think down below. Please be nice about it. I'm, like, super insecure about it right now, and I know saying that to the internet is probably a really bad idea because then you guys are going to grab it and be like, but hey, be nice. Be nice down below. Let me know your genuine opinion. Hey, do I look better as a blonde? That's okay to say. It's not okay to be like, hey, this bitch has put on a bunch of pounds because I haven't. I go to the gym, chat. Okay? Check out this video. It's bangers vibe. It's a good time. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry about the lack of videos. I've been doing a bunch of finals, and I made a short film that turned out really cool, so I will put that out on the channel the next couple months or so. It's about drinking games and college. It's awesome. Thank you guys. Check out this video. Goodbye.